Let's look at the week ahead for September 1st. We're heading into our new month, and I'm so happy to say that this is actually a really sweet week that we're headed into, according to Bazi Chinese Astrology. So welcome, my name is Lydia Griffith. This is the Feng Shui and Bazi Chinese Astrology channel. And on this channel, I often read the charts of famous people, sometimes countries, because I think it helps us to better understand our own lives, our own astrology, and also when we look at situations going on in our collective, it can sometimes give us a better perspective on how to navigate these challenging times that we're living through. So I'm a master Bazi astrologer and a Feng Shui consultant. I have clients worldwide, and I've been doing this work for over 22 years. So if this sparks interest for you, please subscribe, like, hit the bell so you don't miss a single video. I've put out a whole lot about September, and I'm also going to do an update about the United States and President Donald Trump, noting that this month that we're still in until the 8th of September, when according to the lunar calendar, we officially begin the month of the rooster. And that's what a lot of the new videos coming out are about this month coming up. But where we are still this week in this transition time, and it's also really notable that this week ends with a full moon eclipse to end this month. This month was one that I noted as being one of the most challenging of 2025. And for some people's Bazi astrology, this month of August, ruled by the Chinese zodiac animal of the monkey, caused a lot of problems. And for President Trump, it formed a full fire penalty, really impacting his ability to get things done, amping up all kinds of legal issues, health issues. And we have seen, as I predicted, a great escalation in his health decline. And this is documented in many news sources. So, very interesting time that we're in. So I kind of look at this week like a transition week. So as we head into Monday, it's a yin water rooster. So we have a rooster day and that monkey month forming a semi-fire penalty with the snake. So this whole past 3 weeks, and now we're going into the last week, really has been collectively, again, and this could land personally for you, a challenge to our ability to have positive outcome in regard to relationships of all kinds, anything of a legal nature, anything financial, anything also about your health. And so this day coming in of the rooster is really a call to speak truth. It's a day of also singing from your heart. What is your truth? And what are you ready to say? What do you want to share? A poem, an anthem, a big declaration, but make sure it's always coming from your heart. It's a very different way of communicating when we bring it down from the ego, which is very reactive and impulsive, and we drop all of those thoughts down into our heart, take a few breaths around it, and recognize, is this something that's even worth saying? Or can I translate this into something that's going to land softer and more kindly? And then Tuesday, we have a yang wood dog. And this is about justice. This is about fighting, knowing that you're also going to have to pay a consequence for whatever the fight is about. given this astrology. So choose your battles wisely on Tuesday, the 2nd of September, and recognize just because you think something is fair to you or just to you does not necessarily mean it is for others. And really, it's so helpful when we can take a step back and get a bigger perspective of a situation and get out of that ego way that can be really destructive. So again, it's like Monday, speaking our truth. Tuesday, standing up for justice. Wednesday, a yin wood pig. Now, this is interesting because the pig is the enemy of the snake. But the presence of the monkey forming that semi-fire penalty with the snake, the pig comes in and actually eases the tension. And what I've noted for this day, Wednesday, the 3rd of September, is take a nature break day. Go out on a trail, go sit with a tree, go to a park, wherever you can connect to something nature. Take off your shoes and socks, put your feet on the earth, close eyes, mindfully breathe. This is not take your laptop. This is not take your iPhone or whatever out. This is you connecting to nature. Take a journal. Maybe you'll be inspired to write down something that you've been carrying in your heart, in your mind. It's totally a nature break day. The pig in general, I a lot of times see that as a day of being with your besties, a day of self-care, a day of maybe a little indulgence, make it again healthy for you. You don't want to make self-care something that's an indulgence that actually harms you in the end, right? You know, eating an entire tub of ice cream may seem like awesome self-care for you until you wake up in the morning bloated and really in not a good place. So Thursday, we get to a yang fire rat. And this is, this feels like money shining for some reason. And I think it's going to be a good day for investing. The rat is all about money, finance. It's also about people gathering. That fire on top of the rat really feels very like, and then you combine that yang fire flowing in with the month of the monkey, yang metal. There's a lot happening in here on the 4th of September. Be very interested to see what's going on with the stock market, interest rates, all those things on Thursday. Friday the 5th is a yin fire ox. And again, this is an interesting flow of a week. We get to this day, and this is an energized. That fire is energizing because why? The ox is a very hardworking, stubborn influence of astrology. But it's cold winter. The ox is January, which is traditionally cold, hard earth. But the fire warms it all up. And so it feels even more energized. So, you know, where you see an ox plodding along, not like a horse that runs, this feels like a more energized, youthful energy as far as being able to get things done and to roll up your sleeves and get into it. Now, that being said, it's Friday the 5th, and we're headed into a very big weekend with a full moon eclipse. And so it's so interesting to marry Western astrology, which is of the sky, and Eastern astrology, which is of the earth, because there's so much in this that creates a whole, a bigger picture. And then Saturday, that's where things come to a screeching halt. Just stop. Whatever you've got planned for Saturday the 6th, scrap it. Sorry to say, friends. It is a yang earth tiger. This is multiple things happening on this day. First of all, yang earth sitting on top of the tiger, which is yang wood, is a reversal of control. Why? Because the wood traditionally covers the earth, but the earth is on top. So it's almost like a situation where like a mudslide comes down and covers the earth and covers all the trees in a forest, that kind of situation. But it's this reversed conflict. It's like the conflict turned itself upside down. And on top of this very awkward conflict, you've got also the fact it's a full fire penalty with this last days of the monkey month, the year of the snake, and this day of the tiger. So on top of this awkward power struggle going on with the day, that fire penalty is just amping up anything in your life that could possibly go wrong. And if this lands personally in your Bazi, it's just not a good day. So what do we do on tough days? We pull back, we simplify our schedules. We do the smallest things. This isn't a day to fix anything. This isn't a day to do repairs around the house. It's a day to maybe just do quieter things. Read a book. Go for a walk. And Sunday is our full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces. And it's a yin wood rabbit or yin earth rabbit. So again, just like the day before, but now it's in yin form, we have this awkward earth over yin wood. And so it's like a dog kicking the dirt over the flower bed, and you wind up with all the flowers covered in earth. And again, it's a conflict that is awkward. It's a power struggle that feels awkward. So given that there's this full moon going on and all that comes with that, with this eclipse that's very dreamy, I always think of eclipses as times of deep spiritual work. Prayer, meditation, connecting to nature, going to sacred places in your area and just sitting quietly. To seek peace, to seek harmony, to just let all that noise, all the fights that you're fighting in your life, let it go for a day. Free yourself from this grip that you might have on this person is not doing me right. This job is so whatever. This government is all of this let it go. Drop into peace. Drop into waking up on this day, as I have started to do with my everyday, and ask God, the universe, your guides, your angels, what do you have to show me? And what do I have to learn with this day? Because, friends, each day is a new life. It's a new opportunity to do any part of your life differently that you know inherently you need to do. To go to work and driving in a new direction. So maybe you see something like a park. Oh, I never realized that park was there. I'll stop there on my way home and take a walk. It gives you an opportunity to see life with a fresh perspective, right? I just did 33-day self-reclamation trip across the country. Every other day, just about. So it was like a day of travel, a day of being someplace and enjoying that place for a full day, and then on the road again. So I was in 10 states and 11 different places, all this trip. And what that taught me was the powerful medicine of looking at each day with fresh eyes. Every day I was navigating something new, either a road, a trail, a mountain, a city. And you cannot cling to what is comfortable and what is known. You have to rely on what's going on around you and adapting to that. It is a huge lesson in surrender and allowing a day to give you exactly what you're meant to experience. And some of the lessons are beautiful, and some are hard, and we take it all gratefully. Thank you for that course correction. Wow, did I get off track? Thank you for having me so lost in Oklahoma, almost running out of gas, because there's now an incredible story after that very stressful time I had in the middle of absolutely nowhere, thinking I was going to run out of gas. And 2 people turned into my angels that day. So I didn't run out of gas. And everything was fine. But was that half an hour of driving around in nowhere stressful and horrible? Yeah, but it came out okay. Why? Because I gave my stress over to God and the universe and said, please send me my angels today. And they did. And life can go like that. Truly, truly. So this is the week ahead. And like I said, it feels like a beautiful flow into a weekend that is a full stop. With this full fire penalty on the 6th Saturday, and then this full moon eclipse that is such a call to drop into your, actually this whole weekend. You know, I don't know about Friday, but certainly Saturday and Sunday is a huge call to retreat. Go for a day retreat, make your own homestay retreat, but get into your spiritual life and explore that if it's something new for you. Try some meditations. I love the Insight Timer app. I'm a teacher on there, though I haven't posted anything in a long time, but they still are there, and I think they're still enjoyable. So I'm curious to know how all of this will land for you. Feel free to put your feedback in comments. And if you're interested in your own Bazi Astrology, I would love to divine that for you. And I've now back in my new home in North Carolina, and I'm looking forward to getting back to work. So here we are, the last week of August, which is really September. I know, all the confusions of what is time and what are these dates? But yes, it is the first week of September, and we are closing out our month of the monkey. So again, we want to use some caution with that semi-fire penalty. But overall, I think that this is going to be a very interesting week, flowing without too many bumps in the road until we get to Saturday. So enjoy and be well.